Hi, this is Valerie Grimes. So I was sitting in a networking meeting the other day, and a person got up and said, I want to dedicate my 30-second commercial to Valerie Grimes. That got my attention. And he went on to list about 5 qualities about me, and I was a little embarrassed at first to have all that attention, and then I realized, hey, that's me. So sometimes we don't stop to think about maybe how others perceive us and how those qualities that we possess aren't celebrated and honored maybe as they should be. So I'm asking you, when is the last time that you made a list of your skills, your qualifications, things that make you you, things that you're proud of? So, too long, right? What I'd like you to do is make a list of your qualities. Let's say that you're trustworthy, you're a grateful person, you're a dependable person. And then the next thing you would do would be to start to form, make this into a paragraph or a statement. So you would start it by saying, I am, and then your name, and then add an I am before each of these qualities. And so you start to develop this new self-image of yourself. And in the other part of this, so that's the good list. So the other part of this is the not so good list. So that's the time that someone actually calls you out, or you realize that some of those negative characteristics or traits are also visible to people and they make you aware of them. And that can be uncomfortable, just like having someone say something in front of a bunch of people about you that's positive. The negative can make you embarrassed as well. So let's talk about that. So let's say that, and I'll just use me as an example because that's the best way. So I had an incident at the gym that I go to where for about the last month I have made a statement about the weight room, the condition of the weight room. And I go up to the staff and I'm very kind and very nice. I say, hey, it really would be great if you would address this issue because it's really an inconvenience. And they go, oh, sure, no problem. And then, the third or fourth time, you're kind of getting a little fed up, and I was. And so I went to talk to the manager, and I said, look, this has been 3 or 4 times I've had to request. And I said, it takes time out of my workout, my heart rate goes down, and I use the S word. And I guess as a way to try to get attention is for her to do something. Well, the next day she called me out on it and she said that she would appreciate it if I didn't cuss at her. Well, that made me very angry. So, what was the anger about? The anger was not about being called out for that. The anger helped me to realize that so I felt like I wasn't being heard. So unless you say and follow up with your statement that says, I'm unhappy about the condition of the weight room, what are you going to do and when can I expect there to be results, or when will this be resolved? Rather than just, passively saying this is a problem and then walking off and then having for me to elevate it to where I had to feel like I had to, raise my voice or use the S word, to get attention. So, there's blessings in those times if you can take the time to really evaluate what's going on. So you have your good list and you have your not so good list. The good list statements, the I am statements, start your day with them. It's setting in your day and end your day with those. Because whatever you do the last 30 minutes of your evening before you go to sleep is dropped into that precognitive state, and your subconscious mind really starts to wrap its arms around those statements. So you have your good list that you practice in the morning and the evening, and then your not so good list, the things people call you out on, like, hey, you really have this anger problem, or hey, you have this tendency to be aloof, or whatever it is. You can be angry and say, well, they don't know what they're talking about, and avoid that person. Or you can really see that as those dashboard lights going off, like in your car, that says, hey, something needs attention. And then give it attention. Focus on it. If you need help with that, give me a call. That's what I do. Valerie Grimes, hypnotist in Dallas. hoping that your good list is much, much longer than your not so good list.